Is Edge to All Elite Wrestling possible now that he's wrestled the final match on his current WWE contract? Well, according to some in AEW, they think it is. The latest details on his WWE future, possible retirement, and a possible move to AEW. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of All Elite Wrestling. Let's start off talking about the Rated R superstar himself, Edge, and speculation regarding the Hall of Famer of WWE possibly becoming All Elite. Could we see Edge in AEW? Well, according to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select, we won't be seeing Edge, the name, in All Elite Wrestling, as that name is trademarked by WWE. Adam Copeland, however, seems like a possibility. Now, Edge stated in an interview with Entertainment Tonight that the match with Sheamus was the last on his current WWE contract, but that the deal actually runs through September. To be clear, Fightful Select is saying that they have not confirmed that that is actually the case, but even if it is the last match, it doesn't necessarily mean the contract is or isn't up. An example for this is Goldberg, right? Goldberg, he had his deal extended well beyond the last match he was contracted to. Actually, Goldberg had to wait quite a long time before his contract expired. His last match was against Roman Reigns in Saudi Arabia back in 2022, but his contract actually expired late last year. Also, of course, Edge has been known to work on Twitter and social media in general, specifically when he made vague claims in late 2019 that he wasn't cleared and wasn't going to be returning to professional wrestling, wasn't going to be returning to the ring. WWE sources did indicate to Fightful that Edge had time on his deal added due to injury, but sources close to Edge haven't confirmed this right now. However, there are many in AEW that think that Copeland coming in could actually be a real possibility. Those close to him claimed earlier this year that the idea of him working in AEW isn't as, quote, out there as you'd think. Obviously, Edge is close with Christian Cage, but also Dax Howard and Cash Wheeler, who helped him prepare for his in-ring return. Beyond many in AEW thinking it could be a real possibility, it was being discussed by a lot of people in AEW even before Edge claimed the match with Sheamus would be the last match on his current WWE contract. Now, it is worth noting that WWE has been much more quiet about contract extensions, re-signings, and even releases or contract expirations, so details are far more difficult to get a hold of than they previously once were. Now, the AEW president himself, Tony Khan, was famously interested in bringing Edge in before it was even known that he was fully possible to actually make an in-ring return back in 2019. Actually, of course, Sheamus and the Celtic Warrior workouts, going on a bike ride, Edge taking a tumble, taking effectively a big bump, realizing he was okay. That got the ball rolling when it came to, I could make a pro wrestling return. But it was actually the conversations he had with AEW, with Tony Khan, saying, hey, we'll bring you in, we'll have a look at your neck, we'll see if we can get you cleared, or you can do something else. That actually really got the ball rolling for a possible in-ring return back in 2019. That's when Edge contacted WWE Chairman Vince McMahon at the time, explained these discussions, and McMahon wanted the return to be in WWE if indeed it were to happen. Therefore, WWE set up meetings with doctors and tests to get approved, which of course led to his famous return at the Royal Rumble in 2020. Now, as I mentioned, when it comes to Edge's contract and when it actually expired, of course, last night on SmackDown, the Rated R superstar defeated Sheamus in the main event of the show. Prior to this bout, Edge confirmed that it was his final match before his WWE contract ran out, fueling speculation about his future. Following the match, many questioned actually when Edge will become officially a free agent. Speaking to the FAN morning show in an interview recorded before SmackDown, Edge did reveal that his contract is up, as I mentioned, at the end of September. Noting that he has a lot of decisions to make, Edge said, quote, I can't say I haven't thought about it, I have for sure, but I realize that I haven't come to any conclusions, and I'm kind of torn, honestly. I don't want to do this to the point where I don't feel like I'm able to have the output that I want. Only I know how I'll feel when I'm deep into that match. Oof, okay, didn't do enough cardio, or I did all the cardio and I still feel this way. That's why I really want to collect myself after this thing, take a big old deep breath and decide what that is. My contract is up at the end of September. This is my last contracted match. I have a lot of decisions to make. I can't do it now. I have to see how Friday goes. I know that's not a clear answer, but I don't have it just yet. Now, after SmackDown went off the air, Edge emotionally addressed his future, saying that this would be the last time he wrestled in Toronto. So even if he does go to AEW, it would likely be for one match, maybe two matches, possibly a match against Christian, with Christian, possibly against the Hardy Boys. They're both under contract in AEW as well. Now, as far as, again, more details on his future, again, it's quite interesting, sort of the backstage discussions and the backstage rumors regarding the Rated R Superstar. Per WrestleVotes on Twitter, Edge hasn't signed a new deal at the time of this recording, with the ball now firmly being in the Rated R Superstar's court. WrestleVotes tweeted, quote, asked if anything changed post-show regarding the status of Edge going forward. Sources said he hasn't signed a new deal as of now, and the feeling among creative and others is that of it's unknown. The ball is truly in his court. So once again, a lot of people are suggesting that Edge really, like he's saying in these interviews, hasn't made up his mind. There are those in AEW that do believe that Adam Copeland coming in for at least one match, possibly a couple, is possible. His contract does expire, according to Edge, in September. Whether or not there's been time added on for injury, of course, famously, he tore his tricep not long actually after returning to WWE in 2020 during the pandemic. So there may have been time added on to his contract about that. We'll have to wait and see, certainly. But what are your thoughts when it comes to Edge and the possibility of him becoming All Elite? Now, one person he is friends with, very close friends, is Cash Wheeler. Of course, a lot of stories, a lot of really breaking news yesterday regarding, obviously, his arrest. And another update has emerged on the AEW status of Cash Wheeler following his arrest when he turned himself in yesterday on August 18. Now, Wheeler, real name Daniel Wheeler, was involved in an incident at the end of July, on July 27, where he was charged with aggravated assault with a firearm. The situation was described as a, quote, road rage type incident where Wheeler, quote, allegedly flashed a handgun at the alleged victim. A warrant was issued on July 28, and on August 3rd, he filed a not guilty plea. At yesterday's hearing, his bond was set at $2,500, and he was ordered to turn in any weapons he currently owns within 12 hours of being released and have no contact with the victim, who is someone he says he doesn't know. Later that day, on Rampage last night on TNT, it was advertised that we would hear from FTR, that being Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, on tonight's episode of AEW Collision on TNT, and also on the August 23rd episode of Dynamite, there would be a face-to-face interview between FTR and the Young Bucks. Now, it was not stated whether these segments would be live or if they have been or will be pre-taped. The match, as of right now, for AEW All In at London's Wembley Stadium between FTR and the Young Bucks for the AEW World Tag Team Championships is still being promoted as of right now at the time of recording this video, prior to Collision tonight on TNT. In an update, PW Insider has confirmed that Wheeler was bonded out of Orange County Jail yesterday and is currently free and available to work and appear for AEW. Again, whether or not he'll actually appear live tonight on Collision, we'll have to wait and see, but that's the latest when it comes to his status there. So there you go, guys. That's the latest AEW news for you. As I mentioned, let me know your thoughts about Edge. Is it possible that indeed he could become All Elite? Could he have his final match with Christian Cage in AEW? Do you think that's what Edge is waiting for, hence why he decided not to commit to retiring last night? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.